Okay, we are going to take a chance and do a little cooking video today. Well, I guess we aren't, I am. But I'm going to be preparing a dish that I first tried when I was in the Philippines. I've had it, which was, my first trip was about 11 years ago. And I've had it other times that I've been there, and I love it. It's called chicken adobo. I'm not a cook, but this is a recipe I liked so much. And after years of telling my friend, like, oh man, I can't wait to get back there. I just really want that chicken adobo. I dream about it. I can't wait to get back there. She had this magical idea. She said, you know, you could cook it at home. I was like, wow, all right, I think we're onto something. So I've been working on this recipe for about the last year. I don't know, I think I've cooked it maybe, I don't know, six or seven times. And you know, it's kind of about timing. It's about, you know, how you mix the ingredients. You know, that's cooking. It's not a perfect formula. Everybody kind of does their own thing. And a lot of times when somebody's been cooking something for years and you ask them, well, give me the exact measurements. You know how that goes. People cook kind of intuitively. But I am going to give an ingredient list. And you know, mostly this is, and you can use different types of meats. I'm pretty sure there's pork adobo and beef adobo. There's probably tofu adobo. You can put whatever base in, but this is going to be chicken adobo, and so I use chicken thighs just because they're more moist, and I like the dark meat. And some small potatoes. There is going to be fresh garlic. There is salt. There is pepper. There is white vinegar. There is soy sauce. There is oyster sauce. There is Mama Sita's adobo mix. It's a powdered combination of a little various dry ingredients that I get from this little grocery store in my neighborhood. Yeah, I think a little garlic salt. I don't know if I mentioned that. And I'd like to add a little kick to it. So I put some cayenne in there, and I like that little touch. It doesn't overpower the recipe, but it does add that little zip, and I like that. So we'll see how it goes. I have no idea really how to film this, try to capture the essence of what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to get, of course, the rice cooker going, because you have to have this with rice. In the Philippines, you pretty much have to have everything with rice. I think it's almost universal. That's been my experience anyway. And good news is I do like rice, and I know how to handle a rice cooker. So I'm going to cut away here, get some of the stuff out and ready to prep, and see if we can capture some of that. So this is our prep. These are just those small potatoes. You can get whatever variety you want. These are easy to chop up small, and they cook a little bit faster. You got a couple pounds of nice organic chicken thighs. And there's your red onion, fresh garlic clove. Certainly won't be using that whole thing. Yeah, don't forget the fresh garlic. And of course, we're going to get the rice fired up here shortly. No, I will not be cooking it in the plastic bag. That is for demonstration purposes only. But to let you know, I do 2 cups of dry rice and add 3 3/4 cup water after I rinse the rice. And that seems to give me the right texture. Everybody's particular about how they rock with their rice in the Philippines, so be careful with that. And here's the last combination of things. We got your soy sauce, you got some cayenne pepper, olive oil. That's what we're going to be getting everything started with in this big fry pan. Some Himalayan pink salt, distilled white vinegar, some smoked whole peppercorns. We'll grind that in. Some garlic powder, really important, bay leaves. And then, yes, Mama Sita's Adobo dry mix, which has all kinds of yummy stuff in it. So I'm gonna get this chicken cleaned up and soaking for a few minutes in some water and distilled white vinegar to disinfect it and generally give it a little bit better taste. Okay, I'm doing my level best not to lose a finger because I'm distracted with the filming. But there's your chopped up red onion. I might toss a little bit more in there. Garlic is always fun. Man, I wish I could remember the quote from Goodfellas, talking about how he prepared the garlic. He'd use a razor blade and shave it really thin. It would like dissolve, something like that. And woo! Oh, kids, that is getting to my eyes. Those onions are right up in my face. Well, you know, I do get emotional at times. That's okay. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go to work on some of these potatoes. I cut them fairly thin. The first time I made this, I put them in whole. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I barely do now, but I'm getting a little bit better. The rice is already fired up. I got that going. As I get ready to, get some of this all prepped. Oh, we got a bad potato there. One little thing that I learned, and I think it's correct, is you want to, especially the pans that I have, you want to heat the pan up first. So get the pan heated, and then you add your oil. And I just use, olive oil. I don't know what they do in the Philippines. They might use vegetable oil. I actually don't know that detail. And you guys, if you know anything about this, don't be bashful about putting something in the comments. Just be gentle, be nice. So yeah, get that pan heated up first, then get your oil. You don't have to go crazy with the heat. Everything doesn't have to be on full blast. And the other thing is, which I haven't done yet, but I'm going to get the chicken chopped up here pretty quick, is you want the chicken to be, dry. I rinsed it, I soaked it in that water and vinegar solution just to kind of sanitize it. It does give it a little bit better flavor. And gets rid of, it's raw chicken. If you can get rid of a bunch of bacteria and everything on the front end, why not do it? I also know that that this is kind of time consuming, and with my personality, I'm not very patient, and I try to rush through it. And like I was a short order cook, thinking I just had to fire through every single thing. And now I typically put some music on. I'm filming right now, so I can't do that. I put on Jimmy T's Ultimate Filipino Jam List. And so, yeah, I do that. And now when I cook, I'm not in a hurry. I take my time and you know what? You kind of like this. It's pleasurable. You learn from it. You're cooking really good, healthy food. You're nurturing your body with good food. And you're working on a skill, and that's pretty good. I've always cooked, but nothing very sophisticated. This is about as sophisticated as I get. I mean, hell, anything you start to get to a dozen ingredients, I'm calling that full-on cooking. Okay? All right, we're gonna prep the rest of this, get the chicken cut up. A sharp knife is essential. My knife sucks. It used to be good. It's a good size. I liked it. They get dull, and I don't know really how to sharpen it. And I'm right back to, I'm not buying anything new. I'm 82 days away. I'm going to deal with whatever I have, and that'll be the fun part when I get settled in someplace there, getting some new cookware, because I'm not dragging anything with. Well, I'm actually going to drag my nice pans that I bought this year. I'm going to send those. But it'll be fun to get a couple of new appliances, some new cookware, and definitely some really damn good cutlery, because that's essential. Essential. Last one. I love potatoes. I love me some taters. Yep. Okay, that was a lame attempt at Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade. I watch a lot of movies. I mean, a lot. All right, we're making some good headway here. All we have to do is get the chicken chopped up, and we're getting ready to start putting this stuff together. All right, bear with me. This is my first cooking show. If I am not mistaken, I thought I was taught to, maybe it's not that important with chicken or whatever, but to try to, with meat, you try to cut across the muscle fiber. Don't cut in the same direction. They are called muscle fibers. So I guess the idea is those long fibers, cut across them. It makes it a little tender. I think it makes it a little easier to chew because you've cut those fibers in half or 3/4 or however we're doing this. But yeah, we are getting right there. This takes a little time. We're doing this expeditiously for filming purposes. And again, I'm messing with the camera because editing right now is taking me way too long. So if I can just shoot stuff in real time and just drop those clips in together, that helps me a lot. And it's all a work in progress. Jamming some iced coffee here. Got a little Starbucks at the grocery store, a little half and half. And this is another one of my little, my little ways to save money. It's real tempting to go out and spend, $5, $6, $7, $8 a day on your favorite little beverage. That adds up big time. All right, we're gonna get the chicken cooking. Well, just watch. You're gonna see exactly what we got going here. Yeah, I got that rice started early. Usually I time it, but it's a rice cooker. It's gonna finish well before my adobo does, which is cool, and it just, clicks onto the warming setting. And God, I love the smell of this cooking rice. It is awesome. All right, holding a selfie stick, one hand, and we got that fresh garlic diced up and the red onions. And if I'm not capturing this in true Chef Ramsay, Julia Child, whoever your favorite chef is, I apologize. I'm trying to, again, capture it, not screw up the recipe, and not get burned. That's a lot. It's a lot for a man with a lot on his mind. So we're going to get that. We're going to start getting that cooked down a little bit, and then yeah. Next we are next the chicken goes in. So it's really important to keep the chicken dry. When you rinse it and do the vinegar thing to disinfect it, you don't want to put soggy chicken into the pot. I realized that the first time. So much water comes out of it, then you can't really get it seared, and it again, you're cooking it down, you're cooking it way too long just to get some of that moisture burned off. So I chop up the chicken, and I ran out of paper towels. So I had some napkins, some fancy napkins that I absolutely never use. So I laid those out and just patted the chicken nice and dry. So when it goes in here very shortly, you don't have all that moisture to contend with. And we're making some good progress. I'm starting to get a little appetite going. Okay, that rice has already clicked on to warm. So that's good. And I went gonzo with the chicken. I put a lot in there. It's too much for this pan, but I'm gonna roll with it. It's the amount of chicken that I had, and I'm crazy hungry. Plus, it's Saturday afternoon, and I wanna make enough that I'll eat this for about the next 3 days, to be honest. Not like every single meal, but I'll have a couple of helpings of this, for the next couple of days. And but I did crank up the heat after I put the chicken in, and it's hard to see if I'm capturing this, but you want some good heat on that so you can start to sear the chicken a little bit. And once again, pardon the cinematography. A lot easier for me to just keep filming this in real time. And we're gonna start putting the dry ingredients next. There's a lot of them I showed you at the beginning. We're gonna start sprinkling those things in. And then we're going to rock the Mamacita's adobo mix. Don't you just like saying that? Mamacita's, yeah. This stuff is jamming. I don't know if I'm gonna put the whole package in. I did that one time. It felt like a little much because it's probably, yeah, there's some redundant ingredients in there. There's already some other things that I'm putting in there, but again, it's a work in progress. You could probably just dump this stuff in there and forget all the dry ingredients that I'm using. Besides the cayenne, I don't think there's anything in there. But I don't know, it turns out and tasting good and makes me happy. So the proof is in the pudding, or the proof is in the adobo. Would you like some pepper? Okay, that was a little SNL reference. Another SNL reference is, damn, I forget his name. He was one of my favorite SNL characters. He did a bit, drop it in the comments, help me out. Even though I'll know by the time anyone sees this. He did a bit called the Anal Retentive Chef. Oh my God, I can relate too much, too funny. But I do like to keep my space cleaned up while I cook. I'm just moving stuff, cleaning stuff. So by the time I finish cooking, I have not trashed the entire kitchen. So, everything went right into hill. Phil Hartman, boom, it came. I haven't completely lost it. There's some memory. There's some gray matter. Check this out. The bay leaves are essential. Don't forget those things. They are such an important part of the flavor. And I think they remind me of when my mom used to cook beef stew when I was young. And oh, damn, was that a family favorite. But definitely get those in there. We got all the dry ingredients going. We're gonna cook that down a little bit more. And then we're gonna get the potatoes added and then start getting some vinegar, important part, and some soy sauce. And then start letting that all simmer for a while. Damn, I am hungry. I'm feeling pretty good about this. How are you guys feeling about it? Okay, now the wet ingredients. I am acutely aware of the fact that there's way too much in this pan, but like I said, these are not the days of perfection. These are the days of getting creative and doing what you gotta do and improvising sometimes. And fortunately, I'm good at doing that. Exact measurements, well, good luck. We're gonna get some soy sauce in there, give it that nice dark, rich color. I think I'm using a little low sodium. Probably not a bad idea. That's a pretty good amount there. And then you gotta get some of this vinegar. Remember, you can always add a little bit more. You can't really take stuff out. I think this is starting to look pretty respectable. Now, what it's gonna look like on camera, whole different deal. So bear with me on the cinematography. It's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on here. Jimmy T might need some production assistance and a crew, a grip, a dolly grip, lighting director, all that stuff. But that'll come with time. That'll come with time when I'm an internet sensation. For now, it's me, and I'm having fun with it. All right, we're gonna let that cook down a little bit, and it already smells really good, and it only gets better. I have to open up the windows in here, and I just realized I've had that fan rocking. That may have made the audio completely inaudible. I don't know. I don't know until playback, and I definitely don't spend time trying to play back a snippet, see what it's like, reshoot it, because reshooting it is not gonna happen. I capture almost every single thing I do in real time and just make the best of it. So yeah, it's the rice is on warm, and this is gonna just cook down for a while. I probably will have to add some water. It's a deep pan, fortunately, so that's holding all these ingredients, but there's way too much in there. So it's gonna take a little bit longer, but that's all right. We will get through. I'm tired. I have fun with this stuff, but even goofy short videos, and this is not going to be a short one, they take some time. I guess they don't need to, but I think of a lot of different things. Some of it doesn't come off, I'm sure, but that's just what I'm doing. I'm having fun, and I have to keep having fun. And as soon as it's not fun and it seems like a chore, I'll probably stop doing it because I have too much to do, and I don't want that to happen. So that stuff is going to cook down for probably another 30 minutes, just letting it simmer. I'll see if I need to add any more water to it, and give it an occasional stir. And right now, what's mostly happening, ingredients going together, everything blending, a cuvee, if you will. And but the potatoes now really have to cook for a while. That's why I started. I put those things in whole my first recipe, I was cooking for like 3 hours. That didn't work out. So those will just take a little bit of time, but to kind of expedite matters, you can slice those a little bit thinner, and that gets you to the finish line a lot faster. So I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit. Running a cooking show is no joke. It'll tighten up that lower back. And then I will get this plated and show you the final result with Jimmy T's world famous chicken adobo with rice. I can never hit that button. Okay, I have to admit, I'm pretty damn pleased with the look. I haven't even given it a taste test yet. I've been so distracted with trying to get stuff filmed, and but man, I don't know. How good does that look? I think that's the kind of color, golden brown. One thing I am working on is not cooking it down so far that you lose all the moisture or the nice sauce. And I still cook it a little longer than I need to, because as it cools, it kind of it thickens a little bit. And man, you want that. You dish this up and you get a little bit of that sauce on top of the rice, and oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get this plated and you can check it out, and then Jimmy T is damn well gonna have a nice plate full of this stuff. Yeah, I think we hit the right texture. We'll see if I can get this dished up. Yeah, filming while doing stuff, especially around a hot stove, hot surfaces, a little dicey. So I'm trying to be careful, and in the process, not necessarily the best filming technique. Oh yeah, oh God. All right, the time has come. Huh? What do we think, guys? I am really self-critical. I think we all are way too hard on ourselves. And I am with everything I'm trying to do with this channel. But I feel really good about today and getting this recipe together. And I'm really looking forward to eating. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna sit up at my countertop and enjoy my meal, because that's right, these stools, I got a couple of them. They are already on Facebook Marketplace for sale. So I'm gonna be running out of stuff soon. All right, let's get one action shot. Okay, here's the action shot. I'm chopped up with my filming a little bit because I'm trying to move between the front camera and back camera. So right now, I can't see if I'm framed or not. I think I got it. That's a little tricky, but this back camera is, I believe, a little bit better quality. And for the action shot, with enjoying this fine meal. Damn. Yeah, I think I nailed it. I mean, what else am I gonna say? But no, I really did. It's delicious. Wow. Okay, everybody. Thanks for being patient with the filming. I hope you learned something. It's a great recipe. It's a standard Filipino dish. Everybody knows about adobo, and if you ever end up there, you'll learn about it too. And I'm looking forward to being there, eating the food, cooking with people, maybe sharing my version of adobo and see how it goes over in the Philippines. And yeah, it's all exciting, it's all fun, and I should say at this point, everybody, make sure that you hang loose, and if you would, like and subscribe and share some of this stuff. It is helpful and it is greatly appreciated. Okay, until next time.